and your deposits. The Federal Reserve banks like you putting money into their system through savings deposits. Savings deposits sit in their bank and incur interest. Interest, which is used to create money out of thin air. The fractional reserve banking system allows the banks and the European banking cartels to steal your money and use it for their vacations. Yes, taking vacations with koala bears and the dolphins. Did you ever notice that the largest buildings in a city are banks? Yes, U.S. Bank happens to be the largest building in this particular area. Wells Fargo has a large facility in another part of the city. Wells Fargo, Chase Manhattan, U.S. Bank, Credit Suisse, and many other UBS-type Switzerland banks are all part of the international banking cartel system, stealing your money through printing money. Printing money creates inflation. Inflation is used to steal your money. Did you ever wonder why eggs go up from year to year? It's not because of the chicken conspiracy where they get together and make the prices larger. No, your money is worth less every year. Chickens do not determine the prices of how much their eggs are.
That's right, America. Remember, 5 years ago, you would take a trip down to Safeway or the Lucky's or your local supermarket. You would end up with a half cart full of food and groceries for $20. Try that again today. You go to the same supermarket, $20 will buy you maybe a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, and a handful of other staples. It is not because we're running out of food that prices are going up. It is not because the United States does not have enough farmland to grow food and crops. It's because of the criminal organization right behind me, the Federal Reserve Bank. The Federal Reserve System has destroyed the purchasing power of your money since its inception. The Federal Reserve Act of 1913 turned all American money into completely fiat, backed by nothing. The greatest myth amongst the American people is that the Federal Reserve Bank has gold and silver backing the dollar. The American dollar is backed by absolutely nothing other than your confidence in it and the confidence of the oil trading nations who trade in the petrodollar. The United States Federal Reserve System is a system designed to make money off of loans, to make money off you, the American people. The dollar in your pocket is worth nothing. It is a promissory note. A promissory note to the Federal Reserve Bank to pay back the national debt, which does not get paid back through the income tax. Not one red cent of your income tax goes directly to the American people. It goes into the coffers and pockets of the international banking elite. The International Monetary Fund sits back laughing as nations throughout the world be put into debt slavery. The United States is not only alone, but it is also a victim in this. The purchasing power of your dollar is being destroyed day by day when you have these banking elite cartels printing money out of thin air to bail out banks like Goldman Sachs, Lehman Brothers, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, the Wachovias. You have these banks who are involved with criminal activities such as laundering money. If you, the American people, attempted to launder money the way of Scarface, you will be facing 10 to 25 years in prison. But when Wells Fargo launders money for drug cartels, they get a happy slap on the wrist of $1 million fine. $1 million fine to an international banking cartel is a drop of piss. It means nothing to them. Millions of dollars coming out of thin air through the printing presses of the Federal Reserve System is what feeds these banks. These banks then feed on you, the American people. You're promised a great loan, a subprime mortgage, a set interest rate. But what happens when you have cartels like Wells Fargo and Bank of America enticing the American people to take out loans they can't even afford? Who's at fault? Is it the bankers or is it the American idiot who decided to sign the paper? I call foul. It's the bankers. They lie to you. They tell you, yes, take out another loan with us, collect the equity, go on vacation, you could buy yourself a jet ski and maybe even a yacht. But even then, you take out those loans. The purchasing power of the dollar continues to deflate because they continue to print money out and give it to the banks, at which the banks loan that money to you. It's a trickle-down system of stealing. You're at the bottom, slave. Welcome to the team.